close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd do a video of a full body workout. I'm just going to do like a voiceover of the whole workout just to show you how I train. I am really trying to build my upper body because my upper body is taking a lot longer and I am very much weaker on my upper body. So I've been really trying to get my form right and everything, really trying to focus on the exercises, applying progressive overload to all my workouts and just really trying to build the upper body. Obviously building muscle takes many years and progress is very slow, but I think I am starting to see some changes now. I'm trying to do every exercise as best I can. I do struggle with my upper back because having anorexia, you get something called kyphosis, which basically means where you get so weak, your like upper body like slouches over. So I'm really trying to keep my shoulders rolled back, keeping my posture up. So with a lot of exercises, I do when it gets hard, I do that, and I'm like, try keep back. So I am working on it and it is getting better, it's getting stronger. I'm just gonna do a voiceover of the workout and take you through it. So yeah, let's go to the workout now. Starting off with the workout, I started with some assisted pull-ups. I'm trying to build up my strength to try and do completely unassisted, but I'm not there yet, but I'm slowly getting there. So with this, I use the assistance machine, and I got a nice wide grip, just slight, kind of about shoulder width. You can go a little bit wider if you want, but obviously that makes it a lot harder. I did 3 sets on here, so I did the first 2 sets with 8 to 10 reps, the third set of 12 to 15 reps, and I did all the 15. So I always say that if you get to the end of a set and you don't feel like it's really hard, then definitely up the weight. All you have to do here is keep your chest up, really squeeze your glutes and pretend you're trying to push your chest to the ceiling, and try and keep those elbows like you're going to pull them into your sides, like you're tucking them into your pockets, and you'll feel it all in your lats. And this just basically works the whole of your back. It's a compound exercise, so it's good to start your workouts off with this exercise because it's very fatiguing and it obviously uses a lot of your muscles. So on to the next exercise, I moved on to a diverging row or chest supported row. Here we did another 3 sets, the first 2 of 10 to 12 reps and then the last one of 12 to 15 reps. So here I'm working in the hypertrophy rep range for these ones. That builds muscle size, and whereas if you were working with strength, to build your strength, you work on lower rep ranges and higher weights. So here you obviously have your chest placed against the pad on the machine and keeping your back straight, chest up again. Basically for all exercises, it's your chest out, keeping that chest up, shoulder blades squeezed. So when you pull the weight back, squeeze those shoulder blades together. I like to do a thumbless grip on here because I feel like I can engage my lats even more on here, but it's totally like individual, like it depends how you feel it. But I do a thumbless grip and then I pull the bar back and I keep my elbows low, like kind of like a seated row. And then, yeah, just squeeze and then nice and slow on the way back, keeping all these movements nice and controlled. And then to the next exercise, here we have a seated row. Here I use the closed grip bar. I keep it down towards my belly button and pull my elbows back, trying to pretend like I'm trying to tuck my elbows behind me. Obviously you can't do that, but you just got to aim for that and that'll really engage the lats. Here again, I did a thumbless grip and we did 3 sets again. So the first set was 8 to 10, so that was a heavy set. And then we moved on to 12 to 15 reps, and then I did a triple drop set. So basically that means you do 15 reps on the highest weight and then you drop the weight. And also another tip about this exercise, you want to keep your knees soft, so never have your knees extended. Well, for any exercise, never fully extend your knees because it can be really bad for your joints. It can be quite dangerous. So yeah, nice soft knees. Really pulling that weight, keeping that chest up, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and nice and slow on the way down. I like to lean forward slightly to get a full stretch in my lats. That's just how I like to do it, and so I get that full range of motion. On to the next exercise, we are doing single arm lat pull downs. Here we did 3 sets of 12 to 15, so keeping the reps all the same for this one. Here I do a thumbless grip as well. I do a lot of thumbless grip when I train back. So here I'm pulling the weight down, pulling with my elbow, not my hands. My hands are just like hooks. So I'm just pulling down with my elbow and really squeezing. And I also like crouch into the movement just to really squeeze that lat. So yeah, we do like each side. So it's like unilateral movement as well. So you can kind of like work on your weaknesses because you're working each side of your back. And also again, keeping that chest up, pushing it to the ceiling and trying to avoid having any momentum, keeping that body nice and still and really, really controlled. Now moving on to some shoulder work. Here I did some lateral raises with some dumbbells. This was a drop set, so I did 3 drop sets here. So basically that means you do 12 reps with the heavier weight and then you have no rest, pick up the lighter weight below that and then do a further 12. This is really killer because it makes the light weight feel really, really heavy because you've already just done 12 reps with your other weight. So it's very hard, this movement. This works the side of your shoulder, which is your medial delt. And this obviously gives you like that wider shoulders appearance, giving you that appearance of like a smaller waist. But this is like the best exercise for building that. You have to focus on driving the elbows up and kind of like not driving the hands up, driving the elbows. And you're kind of like arcing the weights up, not pushing them up and down. It's kind of, you're moving them out to the side with your elbow. Obviously trying to avoid momentum here, trying to keep that body nice and still and really getting those weights up. And also I like to twist my little finger in. So twist it over to this and it really engages the side of my shoulder. That's just how I really, really feel it. Yeah, so I like to squeeze my pinky up so it's like really hitting the side of that shoulder. Although this movement does look simple, I do really struggle with this. And then on to the next exercise, I did some bicep work. So I did a superset here. So that means 2 exercises straight after each other. So the first exercise, I did an incline bicep curl, seated. So here, this works like the long head of your bicep because it's like the weight is behind your body, so it makes it like a full range of motion. Here we did 2 sets of 8 to 10. Obviously by that 10th rep, it should be really, really burning. Keeping the elbow nice and still, keeping them by your side, not moving that elbow. Like loose grip with the wrists and the hands and just make sure that it's all in the bicep and not the forearm. And then really squeeze and hold at the top, nice and slow and controlled eccentric. That's really important. The eccentric movement on this is really important, keeping it nice and slow and controlled. And then after that, I went straight into dumbbell hammer curls. So I did obviously standing up. This is again, keeping your elbows by your side, lifting the dumbbell up and down. Nice and slow and controlled movement again, really squeezing those biceps. And then lastly, we moved on to some triceps. We did another superset here. So first, we started off with a tricep push down. We did 2 sets of 8 to 10 again. So here I like to get like a bit more of a forward lean when I do this one, obviously keeping the elbows still as well. But the reason I do the forward lean is because if you just stand straight, like upright, your hips get in the way, so it limits the range of motion. So if you stand with like a slight lean, it allows you to get that full range of motion, like with your tricep, and really hit the whole of that tricep. We did 2 sets of 8 to 10 again on here, nice and slow and controlled movements again. And then we superset that with some tricep overhead extensions. I really struggle with it. These are really, really hard because it really does make, like the lactic acid builds up so much and it's really hard. But what you do here is obviously you have a staggered stance, keeping that head down, and here we're using a rope. And you pull that rope across your head and then out at the bottom, like pull the rope out, keeping those elbows still again, and then moving the weight back nice and slow, and then push down again. So yeah, we did 2 sets of 8 to 10, and then that was the whole workout. So I hope you enjoyed that little workout. And if you've got any questions about any of the exercises or just any advice about training, just comment in the comment section below, or you can DM me on Instagram. I'll try and get back to you as quick as I can. I'm just gonna say, some of you may comment that my form isn't perfect, but I've improved massively from when I first started, and I'm slowly getting better, and progress is progress and improvement is improvement. So I'm just really happy with where I'm going. I absolutely love my training. I literally love it. It's my whole life. I love it. I feel so happy doing it, and yeah, it's making me a healthier, stronger and better person. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys.